Gauahar, first of all, I just want to warmly welcome you on Filme Shilmy. It's absolutely wonderful to be in conversation with you. First of all, a huge congratulations on last year. I mean, it was a very big year for you. First of all, Big Boss happened, then you became a bride, and now you're set to kick off 2021 with Tandav. I mean, how would you best describe your sort of life situation and your mind space right now?
I'm ecstatic about everything in my life right now. Not that I haven't been before, but I'm just extremely grateful for every amazing thing that's happening in my life now, even with Amazon. Yeah, I think right when the lockdown opened up a little bit, became a little easy, life just became, it came around super speed. And the Big Boss happened, of course. I got married. I started shooting a lot. I've been shooting for the last 2 months non-stop.
Wow.
Um, and it continues even now. I mean, my schedules are packed till April. Alhamdulillah, that's a blessing. So my state of mind is just gratitude, gratitude, gratitude.
Oh, that's amazing. So you're playing Maithili Sharan in this series.
Yeah.
In what way does your role sort of contribute towards the whole political narrative of the show?
He is a close confidant. I would say the right hand of Anuradha's character, who's played by Dimple Kapadia ji. And she is extremely strong, doesn't give away too much by, obviously being in control at all times. She plays a very important role in, Anuradha being, not being in the political scenario, in power, not in power. I mean, however, the mystery unfolds on the show. But Maithili is the calm in the storm in Anuradha's life, I guess. She can back on Maithili at any time. And she's a character that
Yeah.
I loved playing because obviously she's only in saris in the entire show. Um, and the saris are just out of this world. I mean, Maithili's character and her entire look has been one of my favorite things that I have had in my career yet. And
Right.
I'm very excited about people watching Maithili on screen.
And plus, I guess it's your first sort of political drama as well that you've done
It is.
as well, right?
Yes, it is. It is
So
my first show with
that must have
Amazon
been
as
quite
well.
a special. Yes, exactly. And I think that's what makes it even more special. But you know what, Gohar? I think be it Chand Baby in Ishaq Zadeh or Rubina in Begum Jan, I find it very fascinating how you play characters which sort of have a rough exterior, but they actually do have a very, sort of generous heart and a heart of gold, so to speak. What draws you towards such roles?
Actually, I've been fortunate enough to have been offered these kind of roles. I'm yet to play. I think my personality, I don't know, people think I may not play the very gullible kind of a character, so I get very strong characters by nature. But I want to break that as well. But to now, I mean, to this point, I have been very, very fortunate to have, got these really strong women characters. And I guess I am a softie at heart, so people, kind of cast me in such roles where, yeah, I'm easily internalizing things.
Hmm.
I'm also driven towards roles that are, that make an impact in a story. So maybe that's why. Maybe
Right.
that's why. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that career-wise, your earliest works in cinema sort of revolved around like performing and being a part of some very notable songs. Like for
Yeah.
example, in An you had Nacha Nasha, and then you had Shankar Dada MBBS as well. So even back then, you had a very solid presence, and I saw that there was that charisma to you as a performer. And as a dancer as well. So, in what way have all these aspects as a performer helped you with your craft as an actor now?
I started out very young. I was Miss India by 17, 18. I was already doing my first song, which was Hawa Mein Udti Jaye, right after Miss India. I got to work
Mhm.
with legends almost very early on. Like you mentioned Shankar Dada MBBS, I did a song for that. very early on in my career. Dancing has been my forte, and I thought that would. I've never really, shied away from um, opportunities in my life, and I didn't feel like, oh, I'm going to get characterized or bracketed into things. And I was just bold enough to take steps on my own because I didn't have really anyone to guide me through saying, "Nahi, nahi, main aapko badi picture dilaunga," ya wait on. I knew that I would not have the time to just wait on, and I needed people to see my talent. And that's how I did those songs. And um, of course, Nasha Nasha again was very, very early on, right after Miss India. I was promised a launch by that same production house, by the way. I was almost announced as the actress in the next movie. And then, as the industry works around, they dropped me without any intimation. So, yes, things like that have happened to me. And I knew that no one else is going to do it for me than just my talent and Allah. So I was very, very, very confident about me having to, make my own, like pave my own way for me, for being an actor in the future. And I kept continuing being a model, and then Jhalak Dikhla happened. And after Jhalak Dikhla, there was no looking back because people knew that Acha, ye dance bhi kar sakti hai aur act bhi kar sakti hai, perform bhi kar sakti hai. And that's how I got a call from Yash Raj's casting agency, where they said come and audition for Rocket Singh. And it all happened during the first week of Jhalak Dikhla that I actually bagged the role of Koina after 5 rounds of audition. So I guess finally, work. Uh, Allah gave me, the due for my hard work and my patience, I guess.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I'm glad you talked about that whole bracketed aspect as well, because having done a lot of work on reality shows as well. I mean, you've also done Jhalak, you've done Big Boss, and you've done Khatro Ke Khiladi as well. Was there ever this fear of you kind of being stereotyped or bound by such styles of work at all?
No, very early on in my career, a very, very amazing writer of our industry, Jaideep Sahani ji, gave me an advice during the shoot of Rocket Singh. He was watching my monitor when I was delivering a scene, and I finished. It was a cut, and I walked out, and he said, "Idhar aao," and he made me sit down, and he said, "तुम ना पिंकी हो, तुम गौहर वौहर नहीं हो, तुम ये जो ब्यूटी और ये तुम्हारी जो पर्सनैलिटी एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, तुम गौहर नहीं हो, तुम अंदर से पिंकी हो। मतलब तुम्हें भूख है चीजों की, तुम एक छोटे शहर से आके तुम्हें तुम्हें कुछ करना है जिंदगी में। तो एक एडवाइस दूंगा, तुम्हें जितनी पोटेंशियल है ना, कभी किसी को तुम्हें अपने टैलेंट को एक ब्रैकेट में डालने की परमिशन मत देना। He said, don't wait for. He said, I'm glad you didn't wait for starring opposite Ranbir Kapoor and denying Rocket Singh jaisi ek movie. Because in Rocket Singh, there was Koina's character as a woman that shone the most, throughout. And I had that instinct to choose that role because I knew how important that was. So I think I follow his advice, and I never ever let myself be in a bracket. So I don't think people will perceive me as something that I don't portray myself as. I do reality. I am an actor. I am known, alhamdulillah, as a credible actor who directors can bank on, who call me for specific roles, and that in this industry is very, very, I think, heartening that I get to be a part of such a big show like Tandav.
I think it's very well said as well, Gauhar, because I think, जब कोई एक्टर बनने की सोचता है तो उनके मतलब दिमाग में एक ख्वाब आ जाता है कि हाँ मुझे भी मतलब ये सारी बिग फिल्में करनी है या बिग स्टार्स के साथ काम करना है, ऑफ कोर्स कंटेंट ओरिएंटेड वर्क भी करना है. So I think for you to kind of come to terms with that must have been itself quite a process, right? To kind of come terms with the circumstances at hand, and rather than not get carried away with sort of expectations, so to speak, right?
I was very sure of the kind of work I wanted to do right from the beginning. So it didn't really get into my headspace at all that, oh, why am I not getting this kind of roles? Or why am I not running around the trees? Or why not? I'm like, I could run around the trees even when I'm 50, so who cares? I make things in my life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think because since you've gained a lot as an artist on working on television as well. I mean, I loved you on Big Boss. I loved you even as a challenger recently as well. I think
I
it was
was not a
really nice
challenger.
to
I
see
was a
you,
senior.
Hina, and
I was not a challenger. I was a senior.
senior. Senior, oh my God, this is what happens when it's been like such a long season. I've completely forgotten about the dynamics that happened. I think it was so lovely to see you, Siddharth, and Hina on the show as well. But what do you kind of hope to achieve by working on the on the digital space, so to speak? Because obviously television has been such a big game changer for you. So what do you hope to obtain, especially from doing a series like Tandav as well, so to speak?
Well, the OTT has been it's been path-breaking for me because the kind of roles I already have, done with The Office and Side Hero and all these shows that
Yeah.
I've, almost played lead characters in, have been accepted so well, that I am absolutely overjoyed with the kind of love and respect that I'm getting in this genre of or this medium of performing arts as well.
Mm.
I am super excited about the roles that I'm getting even after Tandav, and I waited for Tandav to be watched actually, and I can't wait for 15th of January where people can actually watch this show of
Mm.
really how exciting and great it has turned out to be. So yes, OTT has kind of given me, you could say, an assurance that good actors will always be here to stay.
Mm, mm. And obviously, a show like Big Boss, which is obviously very, it's a very personal show, and I think everyone learns a lot from there. What has been the greatest learning for you, having been on the show not only as a winner but also as a senior housemate as well?
This season was interesting, as in I won't go too long about it, but I was happy that I was brought on the show as a senior from 7 years ago. uh, I know Siddharth and I would keep teasing each other, and he would keep saying, "अरे ये बहुत 7 साल पुरानी बातें कर रही है." I'm like, "But 7 साल पुरानी लड़की आज यहाँ खड़ी है ना, और कोई तो नहीं
Uh-huh.
खड़ा."
Yeah.
So I think everything is a reward for me for all my hard work. The izzat that I get, the pyar that I get, is
Mm.
just it's a reward for my hard work.
On a final note as well, Gaurav, you did mention that you're sort of loving the sort of work that you're getting after Tandav and all of that. What sort of projects can we look forward to seeing you in post Tandav?
Well, Tandav is my focus right now. I can't wait for people to watch it. But I am just in the process of shooting my next feature film. It's a very exciting project for me. I can't wait for people to watch that. And I have 2 other shows that I'm starting right away.
Oh wow! Well, that sounds very exciting, and I am extremely thrilled to see you in Tandav. And I think it's been a long wish of mine to speak with you, Gauahar, and sort of do this interview. And I'm really glad, thanks to Amazon Prime, this has happened.
Thanks.
And I
Thanks,
just
Anuj, and thanks. I know that you just followed me on Twitter 2 days ago, so I know that.
exactly. No,
Okay,
but
lots of love.
I can't wait to kind of catch up with you super soon as well again. Thank you
Sure.
so much,
Thanks.
Gauahar, and wishing you
Thanks,
all the
Anuj.
best for Tandav.
Good luck. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.